Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to actually get into high gear right now. My name is David Squeezaniki. Can you all tell I'm super hyped as I pop us into high gear? Want to say a pleasant good morning, reaching out to each and every one. And Adam Handler, the case handler, I'm going to let you jump off the show today, man. I'm in high spirits, and I know it's not because of this, but it's just because I'm in high spirits. We got a great law show coming up, so I'm going to let you do the introduction, carry the energy, man, and introduce everybody.
Appreciate that. Well, listen, it's no coincidence that I have this beautiful flag that so many people either wear on their shirt, as Squeeze is doing today, or have on their back wall like Ralston does. It's one of my favorite countries. It's a country that really, before I started my law practice, didn't know much about. But as God would have it, it turns out that probably 90% of the people that I've helped through the years, bear this flag with great pride, and it's become a part of me. It's become a part of the music I love. It's become a part of the food I love, and most importantly, it's become part of the people I love.
You're a Jamaican, man. You're a Jamaican.
Well, there's a debate. Is it the Jamaican or is it the Hebrew? We're still not sure, but we will figure it out. Only time will tell. But it's the community that's embraced me, and it's the community that I've embraced back. And today, and this week, and this month, and this time is all about us giving back. Let me introduce everybody on this panel right now, because we have a lot of exciting and wonderful and inspiring things to talk about. We'll start from the top down. Conrad, the Maestro Pollack, the managing partner of Pollack, Isaac DeSico, the man that is pretty much responsible for me being at the firm. Sat me down years ago, and as they say in those Godfather movies, they made me an offer I couldn't refuse. And we've done some wonderful things together. He's got his partner, or our partner, the next in line, Nelson Madrid, who is the Top Gun, as you say, and we call him Maverick. He's here. He'll be answering questions about deportation and the immigration practice at whole. And then last but certainly not least, Ralston Dixon. Ralston is a paralegal of mine in the personal injury department. He is an integral part of the case handler team. He's been with us now for probably a year and a half now. Is that correct, Ralston?
A year and a few months. I started March 25 last year.
Yeah, March 25th. And a wonderful, wonderful part of the team. He is warm, he is engaging, he is trustworthy, and he is hardworking.
And don't forget, he developed that accent just for the show.
That's right. Yeah, he's actually from Brooklyn, born and raised in Brooklyn. But for the purposes of this show, he's from, was it Clarendon? Is that where you're from, Russell?
Clarendon. Wow,
yeah,
I'm impressed.
There you go. There you go.
Did you say clarity?
Yes, I'm from Clarendon, real countryman.
No, I'm talking to Adam. He said clarity.
No, he said Clarendon.
Clarendon.
It's Clarendon with the American accent. Clarendon.
Nasally as can be. But Ralston's role as of late, while we're all home and we're all, trying to do our best to make sure that we do great work for our client, he's been kind of taking the lead on client contact, whether it's following up with personal injury clients to see how they're doing and how they're faring during these difficult times, or also the immigration clients. The calls are absolutely pouring in. We broke the system Saturday night with the amount of calls coming in for those free consultations. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. But those of you out there, you've probably heard Ralston's voice, or you will hear Ralston's voice, because he'll be following up with you to make sure that you felt that all your questions were asked, and make sure that you feel that Pollack, Isaac DeSico is the right firm for you and your family for that one chance you have. You got to get it right the first time. And we say, there are no redos, especially in personal injury. So it's ultra important that we hear what Ralston has to say. And Squeeze, how did I do?
I think you did. I think you did very well.
Excuse me, guys. You forgot one thing. I mean, Ralston not only is an employee of ours, but he was also a client.
Let's not forget we were going to get to that. Spoiler alert! But yeah, you got it. Absolutely. So without further ado, Squeeze, I'll let you take the wheel back. Let's talk to Ralston about what he feels the immigration department at Pollack, Isaac DeSico did for him and how he believes he can help his fellow brothers and sisters.
Absolutely. Once again, folks, if you're just joining us, this is called Cruising with the Case Handler. Something that we need to do more often is to give out the number. That's the only thing that Adam left out from what I see. All right. So I want everyone that's tuning into 93.5 FM right now, which covers the tri-state area, Northern New Jersey, Southern Connecticut, and obviously New York City, all 5 boroughs. I want for you to understand that this program is about immigration and personal injury. Okay. Adam spoke mostly about immigration just now. But personal injury, if you get hurt in an accident, slip and fall, medical malpractice, okay, you get injured, just call the case handler, Adam Handler, at 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Now, for everyone out there who would like to get their immigration questions answered, turn up your radios, okay, turn up Facebook. Everyone out there that would love to get their immigration questions answered for free, via a phone consultation, I'm about to give out a number, very important number, okay, not just for immigration, but for other legal capacities, such as, of course, criminal defense, real estate, and obviously personal injury. I want for you to turn up your radio and dial this number. If you dial this number now, I personally will guarantee you a 100% free immigration consultation. All right, you call them, you will get that consultation. Ralston, who I'm about to speak with, is the one that's going to be aligning and making sure that you get those consultations. So right now, everyone, if you know of someone, or if it's you and you've got some immigration problems and or situation, or want to find out how you go about filing and so forth, maybe you have already filed, whatever is going on, dial this number. If it's a U.S. immigration question, call this number now. The number is 844-774-3529. Be one of the lucky ones that will get a free consultation, but you must call now. And yes, it's private, it's confidential, it's off the air. You just got to call now. 844, it's toll free, 774-3529. How do you go about getting a green card? Can you get a green card? Maybe you got arrested. Maybe you want to file for your citizenship. What do you do? Find out now, okay, via a consultation, how you do that for free at 844-774-3529. As you tune into 93.5 FM, dial the number, let it ring 15, 20 seconds, 844-774-3529. Do us a solid, pass that on to someone that needs it also, and tell them to dial the number now and get a free consultation. But you got to call me, ladies and gentlemen, before the show ends to get that free consultation. 844-774-3529. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Conrad Pollack, Nelson Madrid, respectively the Maestro and, of course, the Maverick. And obviously, Case Handler, thank you so much for introducing the show. Let's talk to the new member on the quadrant right here on, of course, our Zoom on Facebook. Ralston, how you doing, man? Everything's good?
I'm wonderful, wonderful, Squeeze. Blessed to be amongst such distinguished gentlemen like yourselves.
Well, thank you so much for the accolades, man. But I'm extremely happy that you are on board, because I understand that you have a law background. I understand that you're in law school, which is great. And you're also a Yardie. So you're in the firm as a Jamaican, and you know predominantly it's Jamaicans that's tuned into the radio station, but more so Caribbeans. Everybody, it's Trinidadians, it's Guyanese, it's DR, everybody is tuning in. And I'm very happy that you're here. You speak the lingo, you speak the language, because sometimes Jamaicans, you know, they want to speak to a Jamaican. Let's be straight up, okay? But my Jamaican friends out there, you can speak to any of these guys here and they can help you. Conrad is great. Nelson is great. You all know that Adam is great. But let's get into it, Ralston. Now, I understand that the law firm Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico helped you with your situation here in the United States. Expand and tell me a little bit more about how that got on the way, how that came about, how that ended up.
So Adam referred to it as the stars aligning, and that it certainly did. So when I started working at PPID, I also had an immigration matter, and I was so worried. I don't know if Adam saw it on my face that I was worried about it. And he came over to me. He was like, Ralston, you know, we can help you with your immigration matter. Is it okay? And I was very apprehensive about saying anything because, you know, and he really made me feel so secure. And he told me, no, we'll take care of you, Ralston. We'll take care of you. And can I tell you, Squeeze, that they certainly did. From the get-go, my matter went into the immigration department, and to say that how impressed I was would be an understatement. My matter was dealt with such meticulous details. I was just impressed from the get-go to the very end of the matter. And not only was I impressed with the way that they dealt with me as a client, but I also received a favorable response from the immigration within maybe 2 weeks.
Oh, from the Department of Homeland Security.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
And I'd like to just add some more about what I think about the immigration department based on my observation of them. So while working in personal injury, I was just impressed because it reminded me of my days back in law school in Jamaica. How we discussed assignments and we exhibited a lot of passion. And that's what I've seen in the immigration department. When they're speaking, when they're dealing with cases, I see them discussing it meticulously. When they're looking at the pictures, they're saying they are harder than the immigration personnel will be on your case. And that is the type of attorney that you want to have working for you. You want attorneys who are going to see beyond what is presented. They're going to be extremely critical and dot all the I's, cross all the T's, and get your matter dealt with properly and effectively. And that is why I feel comfortable coming here and saying to my Jamaican people that I love so dearly to say, yes, this is the firm for you, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. Why? Because I've seen that they take their work seriously and that they love what they do and they do it with passion. And that's the type of attorney that you want to be working for you.
Wow. Conrad, Nelson, Adam, you all better turn this guy in an attorney at the firm real quick.
Listen, that is the plan.
Point.
I think I'm going to just let him replace me and he can start doing this.
But he speaks from the heart. You know, Conrad, he speaks from the heart. And Conrad had mentioned, you know, one of the first shows that our firm is about quality people. Yes. Our firm is about surrounding each other with professionals that you can not only rely on, but also inspire you. And I you know, it doesn't surprise me, you know, what Ralston says, because that's just who we are in what we do. You bring on any attorney or any paralegal of this firm. They may not be as articulate as Ralston is, but you know, that's his attorney blood flowing through him. But the message is still the same. You know, we handle ourselves very, very differently than most other law firms out there. There's a professional approach, but there's also a family approach. And if that's something important to you, then there should be only one choice of law firm, and that's Pollack, Isaac, DeSico, you know, the case handler team. Because yeah, successful results are utmost important, and we can never guarantee anything, but we are going to strive to do that, but also do it the way that makes you feel comfortable and respected as a client. And you know, Conrad has a million stories like that.
I can jump.
Let me give out the number here, guys. I need to do this more often. Okay, I'm getting beat up by people externally about it. Once again, folks, if you're just joining us, this show is called Cruising with the Case Handler. Now, I know we're in this climate of COVID and everything. However, now is the time to actually initiate your filing, initiate your contact with the firm. Okay, I know some of you are sitting on your backsides. Okay, come on. You are getting a free consultation with a managing partner like Conrad. Okay, I mean, Maverick, top gunner, God forbid you know, you're in deportation proceeding. Now you got a yardman, Ralston, okay, on the team that would actually be taking some of the calls and making sure that you get put in the right path and so forth. Here's what I'm saying. You're getting a 100% free consultation. Don't take it for granted, because nothing lasts forever. So everyone that's tuning in, do me a solid before you actually dial the number, okay? And understand this. I need for you to pass this on to your families and friends. I need for you to pass this on to the people who listen to 93.5 FM. Dial this number for this firm that's been around for 50 years plus. Immigration. This firm was founded on immigration. That's what it was founded on. So I am proud of that. And that's the reason why I literally get high every day I do the show. I mean, doing the show gets me high. I don't want anyone to think anything else. All right. So right now, I want for you, dial the number. The number is 844-774-3529. 844-774-3529. Once again, it's 844-774-3529. Everyone knows how passionate I am about the immigrant community. And now we've got Conrad Pollack, Nelson Madrid, we've got Ralston Dixon. Ladies and gentlemen, they are here as a team to take care of you where immigration is concerned. And obviously, we have the personal injury guy, the case handler. That's my boy. Ask him. That's my dupes. Okay? That's the man that settled millions of dollars out there for a lot of Caribbeans when it comes to accidents. So dial this number now, 844-774-3529. Do you want a free consultation? I'll tell you what, dial the number right now and you will get that free consultation off the airwaves. I saw Adam even answering the phones just now. 844-774-3529. Call Adam and say, hi, Adam. I'm just dialing the number to save it. Or I want a consultation. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Ralston, welcome to, of course, this quadrant right here on the radio, Cruising with a Case Handler. Let's kick it over to Conrad. He was about to say something, as these people call 844 PPID law. Yes, Conrad.
Actually, I was just going to add that among my various responsibilities, I do most of the hiring for the immigration department. And one of the questions I typically ask, and whether it's an attorney or a staff member, paralegal, why immigration? It's always, you always want to find intelligent people. And as I've said before, we hire only the best. And it was a goal of mine early on to surround myself with only the best people, but also passionate people. As I said, I ask someone when they interview with me, why do you want to do immigration? And if their answer doesn't satisfy me, if they don't tell me, well, I want to help the immigrant community, I want to do what I can to help society, I want to do what I can to make the United States a better, stronger country. If I don't get the right answer, I don't care what their qualifications are. I don't care how educated they might be. If they don't give me the right answer and show me that they have that passion, that they want to do immigration and make a contribution in their lives and to our society, if I don't feel that they're giving me that, I'm not going to hire them. Right? One of the things that Ralston already is demonstrating is how he has that passion. And you see it with me. I have that passion. I've been doing immigration now for over 35 years. And I challenge anybody out there who is practicing immigration law who has more experience dealing with the Caribbean community than I do in terms of immigration experience. I doubt there's anybody out there with more experience offering what we're offering from our firm. So yeah, and again, I'm hoping the passion that I have for what I do shows through here, because it's real. And again, I look for that in my people. I look for that in the people that work at the firm. And that's not just the immigration department. You see it from the case channel. You see it from the personal injury department as well. It's contagious.
It is. And certainly, I must add as well that not only are the attorneys passionate about what they're doing at PPID, the paralegals, everyone there, they are so competent, from Grace, who is fluent in Spanish, to Wanda, everyone, and even on the personal injury. Sandra is so passionate. Rubab is so meticulous. You know, our team, the synergy that we have is the synergy that you want to be working for you. So you
guys make me feel like I want to come work over there right now. You know what? As soon as COVID is over, I am moving in your office. Guys.
Hey, you're part of the team.
I don't want to hear it. I'm coming there to do my show. You know, I'm going to come there, do my show. When the clients come in, they can say, hey, where's Squeezy? You know, walk over. I'm telling you, man, I'm going to rush it. Nelson, I see you smiling over there, man. I'm coming for you. All right? I'm serious. You know, but let me give out the number, and then Adam, you can add to it. The number, once again, ladies and gentlemen, and you can hear the passion out of everyone's mouth. The firm PPID. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. Immigration, personal injury, criminal defense, real estate. You've got to check them out. So once again, we're extending to you free consultations. And I want to ask Ralston and Conrad and Nelson and Adam a question about why people should retain them. Why should they not just, get a free consultation and go do it themselves? I want to ask all of you that question, because my people, your people, all people who need immigration help, they need to understand why they should retain PPID and not another? Why they should go with a Conrad Pollack? Why should they go with the top gunner, Maverick, aka Nelson Madrid? Why should they talk to Ralston, okay, if they want a more comfort where culture is concerned? So right now, let me give out the number and then we'll get to that. Once again, this is Cruising with the Case Handler, and the number for everyone to dial who need immigration help, okay, with attorneys, okay? Not the guy around the corner on Gunnell or down on Eastern Parkway around Sutton Boulevard, all right? I am talking about real attorneys with decades of experience. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. If you call that number, you will get a 100% free consultation with an attorney, but you got to call now. Get that phone consultation, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Who wants to take a shot and answer my question?
I would love to take a shot of that answer. So there's a wise fable, a proverb. Experience teacheth wisdom. What you're getting at PPID is over 50 years of experience, right? Now, a lot of people will attempt to do their immigration matter by themselves. And it's not a matter of your intelligence. It's a matter of experience. Now, I've had friends who have attempted to do it by themselves and have made grave mistakes, whereas it's simple. It's not because you are intelligent. Yes, you can do this. Yes, you can follow the instructions. But the experience that we have at PPID, we are able to see things that you're not able to see with your intelligence, because experience teacheth wisdom. You know,
and you want to know what?
Wisdom.
Where that experience is concerned and where that wisdom is concerned, Conrad spoke about something that got initiated, as Nelson noted, on February 24th. And he's going to expand and expound more on why Ralston, everyone that's listening to this station, should not, and I can't appeal and implore people to understand what I'm saying enough, should not file their cases themselves, all right? And Conrad will talk a little bit more about that, but everybody, listen to what the maestro is about to say. It's very, very important. Yesterday when he spoke with passion about it. I could hear the concern in this attorney's voice about what is about to happen to immigrants, what is about to happen to you, the Caribbean people, if you file your cases yourself. Okay, so right now, take a good listen to Conrad Pollack as you dial the number 844-PPID. And yes, Nelson, we'll let you in soon. All right, go ahead, Conrad.
Actually, I'm going to let Nelson expound on it a little bit. But before we get there, you know, as I've been saying, we've been on the show now for, I think it's almost 2 weeks. And yeah, a consistent theme, I hope people that are regular listeners are picking up on, immigration's a minefield. It always has been. There have always been pitfalls in which someone who doesn't do the right thing, who makes a mistake, can fall into the cracks and end up in a lot worse situation than they started in. These days, however, I can't stress how much of a minefield the immigration field has become. You don't need to hear it from me. You can read the newspaper, you can turn on the television, watch the news, and you see what the Trump administration is doing on a daily basis, you know, to stop immigrants from coming to the United States, to make it more difficult for those that are already here. It's a daily occurrence. It's a daily assault. I mean, again, we've talked about the immigration ban that Trump proclaimed last week, which in effect right now, it's not a big deal. The consulates are closed anyway. So if you're out of the country, even if there wasn't a ban, it would be very difficult for you to immigrate at the moment anyway. But the 60-day ban that they just came up with last week, it's a 60-day ban. But I can promise you, as sure as we're sitting here right now, I can promise you in 60 days, they are going to extend that ban. I hope I'm wrong. All I can say is I hope I'm wrong, but I'm not. They're going to extend that ban, and they're going to try and make it cover even more people. That's their modus operandi. That's the way they operate. Another way that they've made things more difficult, and this is going to be a lot more of a long-term issue, is, as we discussed yesterday, the public charge regulations that went into effect on February 24th. it's always been necessary for immigrants to demonstrate that they can support themselves, that when they come to the United States, they're not going to go on government assistance. They're not going to collect food stamps. They're not going to go on welfare. That's always been the situation with immigration in order to get your green card. Now, however, the ways that the government can turn you down, the various other types of assistance that have always been available to immigrants, going back as long as our history stretches in terms of immigration law. Now it's not just welfare, it's not just food stamps that they can use to deny you. They can hit you for if you were in public housing or Section 8 or other types of relief that are necessary for, especially in this crisis, in the pandemic crisis, medical care that you might need. Nelson, help me out here. I mean, go down the list.
Yeah, well, right. So what Conrad is referring to is what is now required and known as a declaration of self-sufficiency. And it's, I believe, a 19-page application, which, again, just went into effect on February 24th, 2020, which is one of the reasons a lot of people are unaware of this and don't know about this. But basically, in addition to the application, you have to provide supporting evidence, such as tax transcripts, evidence of non-tax income, proof of assets, proof of liability. If you've ever filed for bankruptcy, credit reports. If you don't include all of this evidence, it could either lead to what's called a request for evidence, where immigration gives you 30 days in order to provide any evidence that wasn't previously provided. Or if you've provided everything you have, they could outright deny your case. And now it's USCIS immigration policy that if they deny your case and you don't appeal, you can get put into removal proceedings. So in my opinion,
that is so messed up, man.
Right. You're doing
so messed up. That is seriously messed up.
Well, it's the climate.
It is a crisis. I mean, come on. And I want people to turn your radios up. What Nelson just mentioned, and Conrad spoke about it a few times before, it's really, really screwing our immigrants. So a lot of people out there, that's the reason why I've been so hype and I yell, okay, sometimes, please don't do this yourself, because you could potentially get put in removal proceedings and them just deport you. You understand what I'm saying, people? So that's one of the reasons why we've been giving you free consultation, so you understand more. Get an attorney, and that attorney should be one of the attorneys at Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. All right? PPID. Make sure, ladies and gentlemen, you don't file the case yourself. I mean, yesterday I heard they even asking for credit reports. So once again, call this number, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. At least get a free consultation. If you call before the top of the hour, I guarantee you a free consultation. You could even speak with Nelson right after. You could speak with Conrad right after. You could speak with Ralston right after. But dial the number now. All right. This is not a tape. This is live. 844-774-3529. 844.
One thing I want to
ID law. Yeah.
Sorry, I want to just throw in one more comment before the show is over. The Immigration Service has never been a friendly organization. And again, I've been doing this for 35 years. Immigration is not your friend. They never have been. They certainly aren't today. However, in the past, they might not have been your friend, but at least they cooperated. At least they made an effort to do things right most of the time. At least they followed the rules. All right, because immigration, they have their own regulations, they have their own operating instructions, they follow their own rules, they have their own guidelines, just like any organization. All right, that's the way it used to be. Not so much anymore. Now, the rules, more than ever, are stacked against the individual. And you see what I'm throwing out as anti-immigrant bias, which should be clear on the part of the government. You want another indicator? These stimulus checks that are being sent to people, $1,200 per person. If you are married to an immigrant, an illegal immigrant, even if you're a U.S. citizen, if you are married to an illegal immigrant, you're not getting that check. right? Why was that thrown in there? If for no other reason than
Whoa,
to,
whoa,
again,
whoa, 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 whoa,
that's
whoa, whoa,
through the
whoa,
immigrant.
whoa, whoa,
Yes.
whoa.
Yeah.
Repeat that.
You
Repeat that
heard
for
me.
me, because I didn't know that.
You
This
heard
is
me.
information coming by way of Pollack, Isaac, and Desico. This is the reason why I love these guys. Repeat that for me. I didn't know that.
A lot of people didn't until recently when they suddenly, where's my check? The stimulus checks that are being sent to individuals, the $1,200 check that's been advertised that's going to people that are out of work, or actually to everybody, if you're making under a certain amount of money. If you are married to an illegal immigrant, you do not get that $1,200 check. You're excluded. How do they find it? How do they know? Because when you file your joint tax return with your spouse, if I'm a U.S. citizen and my wife is an illegal immigrant and we're filing a joint tax return, she's probably using a tax ID number. If she did that, I'm not getting my $1,200 check. Right? That's a fact. Now, how do you get around that? And here's the real intelligent way that the federal government thinks these days. Well, maybe I'm instead married to an illegal immigrant who's getting paid in cash off the books, under the table. So she's not filing tax return. Therefore, the government doesn't know that I'm married to that illegal immigrant. Then I'll get my check. So if I have a wife who is not filing taxes, who's collecting cash, not paying her taxes, I'll get the stimulus check. However, if I have a wife who is paying her taxes and is using a tax ID number, then I'm not going to get my check. Go figure that one out.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why David Squeezanik is speaking in the third person here, is very passionate about you going with this firm. All right. I have never been more passionate, especially these times with your president, Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just being facetious there. Make sure you call this number right now. If you know of someone out there that need immigration help, it would behoove me. There goes my word. Okay. Not to tell
Good word. You like that word.
Okay. Yeah. To call this number now. Okay. Dial the number. I know many people are home and you're listening. Please text a lot of people. A lot of people listen to the show normally when they're in the car, but you're home and you're hearing this, pass it on to someone else. The number to dial right now, and let it ring a few minutes. Tell, say hi to Adam. He'll answer. The number is 844-774-3529. That is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. If you're just joining this wonderful Cruising with the Case Handler show, we just spoke about something that is very critical, something that's very important, something that Nelson Madrid, the Maverick, the attorney, referred to as a crisis. It will become one, okay? Happens to be where people are filing their own cases and could get put in removal proceeding if they are turned down. Don't do it yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You have your family here. You don't want to break up your family. You don't want to go through that. Just call the firm. Get a free consultation and then retain them. All right, 844-774-3529. Now, Ralston, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to speak on why our Caribbean friends should retain the attorneys out, because you are going to be taking a lot of calls from our Caribbean friends, from my friends from Haiti, from my friends from Trinidad, Guyana, my Latino friends, my Yard friends, and my Jamaican friends. You, Ralston, as a Jamaican who is a true success story of this firm, okay, who is on the inside, you see what these attorneys can do. You tell me, after they get the free consultation, why do you think they should actually retain the firm? I need for you to tell me that, okay? Because some of your audio just going to say, you know what? Yeah, I got a free consultation. I'm just going to go do it myself. Or, you know what? They're too expensive. You know what? You get what you pay for in life. You get what you pay for in life. You don't want some slapdash attorney. That's the reason why Squeeze picked this firm with Case Handler to be here to deal with immigration. You got 120 seconds, and we're going to be flipping it over and speak on personal injury. I just gave Adam the control of this screen here. So talk to me. You're going to be taking a lot of the calls, Ralston.
Absolutely. So first of all, I just want to piggyback from something that Conrad said. It's a minefield out there. A minefield. You know what a minefield is? A minefield is if you don't know where you're putting your foot, you're going to blow up and you're going to die. You understand me? That's what's happening out there in immigration. So we want to ensure that we have somebody who is navigating, who is in front of us, who is able to direct the path properly. You want a professional. You want somebody who knows what they're doing. You need somebody like Yi, or you need somebody like Conrad and Nelson, who knows the law, who knows how to navigate this landscape, and who's able to deliver the result that you want to see. Full stop.
Okay. You know, I'm going to be dragging, guys, and with your permission,
also,
Conrad, Adam, and Nelson, I'm going to be dragging Ralston on a couple of impromptu live shows.
I hope,
you know?
I hope so. I hope so, because you know what he has to say is important, and what he's saying is certainly sincere and the truth. So, you know, if he's the new face of the firm, no, what am I saying? He's not the new face, but if he's there to promote the firm, then so be it. It's whatever we can do to get the message across.
Adam, you okay, man?
I'm just joking.
Listen, squeeze. If I could just add to something Conrad said earlier, you know, a lot of times you go to immigration on these interviews. Some of these officers have absolutely no idea what they're doing, and if you go alone, you're at the mercy. It's the blind leading the blind. So you're assuming that I can't tell you how many times they've made mistakes that we've had to, you know, either file a motion for reconsideration, you know, a motion to reopen, a service motion, because immigration made a mistake. The client went by himself. An attorney couldn't rectify the mistake on the spot. So now all of a sudden, the problem has become a lot bigger than it should be. And if you go alone, you don't know the law. You don't know what's supposed to happen. You're pretty much at the mercy of this officer. So, you know, this is one of the reasons, you know, again, I don't recommend. I've been doing this for over 13 years. You know, Conrad has been doing this for over 35 years. Kudos to Conrad, because I learned from someone, you know, obviously how to do things the correct way, which is one of the reasons I've been with the firm as long as I have. But we don't sell a dream. We don't take every client that walks through the door. In fact, we try to tell you the truth. You know, we like to sleep at night. So, you know, good luck. If you want to try to do your case on your own, I wish you the best of luck. Understand you could be making a bad problem worse.
Yeah, huge mistake. And once again, folks, you know, and I'm saying it, all right? I have spoken with the powers to be, the Conrads and the Adams and the Nelson. And I know in these times, you know, everyone is very concerned about cost. But I've appealed to them to, I said, work with the team. And, you know, they've made it very clear. Squeeze, we are going to work with the community. Adam, I've been working with them for a while. We are going to work with the community, work with them. I understand that you all have payment plans. I understand that, you know, all of that. And I do appreciate everything that you have put in place for the Caribbean community, for the Jamaican community, for the community that Adam Handler has fought so hard for the past 15 years, as I segue to him. I say, every one of you out there, if you need immigration help, don't do it by yourself. Initiate by getting that free consultation now off the air, and then retain them. The number is 844-774-3529. That is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Some of you want to initiate your conversation with the yard man, the Jamaican, Ralston, feel free to do so. But we've got stalwarts such as the Nelson Madrid, the Maverick, and the Maestro, the Conrad Pollack. Make sure you speak with them too, or any of the other attorneys there on immigration. 844-774-3529. Gentlemen, we just spent about 45 minutes. No, they're about 35 minutes speaking on immigration. But we can't get off the station on 93.5 without we talk to our superstar, our most celebrated personal injury attorney in our community. He would slap me around after we get off the air if I don't let him get on, talk about his true success story. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I present to you the man, the one, case handler, Adam Handler.
Adam. I appreciate it, but you know I wouldn't slap you. Conrad would
I know, not literally.
But with all seriousness, you know, we have a few minutes before top of the hour, and you know, we started this show, Cruising with the Case Handler, months ago, when we decided to change the format. We wanted to also change the narrative about what can be done for personal injury victims here in New York, particularly those that are immigrants, maybe out of status or have family of immigrants or people that are out of status. And the truth is, we are here to do amazing things for you. I've been an attorney for over 17 years. I've been practicing personal injury with the Caribbean community for a little over 15 years. And the proof is in the pudding. And we have to say we can never guarantee a successful result. But the things that we've done here at the firm, things that we've done in the case handler practice have been truly remarkable. And if I may, I'll share the screen for everybody out there that's looking right now on Facebook. Thank you so much. And for those tuning in on the radio, please check out the Case Handler Facebook page and Instagram page, or check out PPID's Facebook and Instagram page, because you'll be connected to our practice and the incredible things we're doing. And it's not just talk; it's real life success stories. And if I may, I'll show everybody on Facebook right now, the kind of things we do. Now, we have Ralston on earlier this morning talking about his roles in personal injury. And again, it's not just talk, it's about real life stories here. And I remember this case, Derek, a wonderful client of ours, who settled his case earlier this year for $85,000. He got into a car accident. He hurt his nose. He hurt his back. He's made an excellent recovery. I wasn't here that day when he picked up his check. And for everybody looking right now, you see a big case handler check. And that's back in the good old days when we can actually meet with our clients. That's what we would do. We would pay the client their money. We would ask them if they would take a picture with us and maybe give us a positive referral. And that's exactly what he did. And that's Ralston and Rhubarb. And you see the smiling faces, very emotional, very happy days when you're able to give somebody thousands and thousands, if not millions of dollars, tax-free to compensate you for your injuries. And this was just an awesome case. A car lost control and hit into him. And I love the quote. The case handler team took care of me more than I expected. They were very nice and kept their word. I am very pleased with the outcome. That's Derek from the Bronx. We were able to get the maximum insurance from the other vehicle, which was $25,000. And then we were able to get an additional $60,000 from his own insurance. It's called underinsurance coverage. And we were able to get a total of $85,000 on that case. And, it's just, we have picture after picture after picture of the successful results we have for our clients. And it would take us, months to go through each one, because there literally are hundreds. And when you've helped thousands of people obtain over $100 million, it's no surprise that each story has its own special characteristic. Each person, each client has their own special experience with our firm. But again, special experience is what we're pushing. Positive results is what we're trying to achieve. Doing it the right way is how we do both of those things. So it all starts with having the number, saving the number. God forbid you ever need it, but if you do, you will be connected to our firm, our practice, special things here at PPID. The number is 844-774-3529. Immigration, personal injury, real estate, family law, criminal law, employment law. 844 PPID law.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, Cruising with the Case Handler, that's what we do each and every single morning at 8:30. This morning, we decided to do an extended play. Occasionally, from time to time, we will do that as the quadrant gets bigger. And, this is an extremely important piece of programming here.
I think Conrad has a special bonus outro. I see it in his eyes. He's going to
really? He does.
Playing us out here top of the hour.
Let me give out the number quickly and then let him do that. All right. The number right now, everybody out there, dial this number. Dial the number, let it ring, save it. Okay, for personal injury, if you get hurt in an accident, you need Adam Handler, the case handler. Immigration, the consultations are free, but you must dial now. Okay, get your name on the list. Ralston will follow up with a call to you, my yard brethren, Ralston. Okay, I'm going to be so proud. Make sure I'm at your graduation from law school. The number to call is, are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. We're ending the show on 93.5 FM. We're continuing on Facebook, David Squeezanikin's Facebook page, PPID's Facebook page, Adam Handler's Facebook page, okay, the case handler. Make sure you dial the number now if you want to have your immigration questions
And don't forget,
answered.
we got Fred DeSico, our transactional partner tomorrow. Fred, the closer DeSico, he'll be on.
Not a problem. The number, store the number. Anytime you need a lawyer, you just need one firm, 844-774-3529. Lawyers with experience, 844-774-3529. Conrad, you got 60 seconds before we end 93.5 and continue on Facebook.
Well, actually, Adam just mentioned that.
That was it. Okay. All right.
What?
No problem. Perfect. Okay. So once again, ladies and gentlemen,
Wait,
Wait,
you
what
put
happened?
him off guard here.
Huh? Fred DeSico is coming on tomorrow morning to talk about real estate. Again, I mentioned it yesterday. Fred and I have been partners for 30 plus years, and Fred is the guy to talk about, do you have to pay your rent as a tenant? What can you do to avoid paying rent in New York, or to work out a deal with your landlord? By the same token, he's going to talk to the landlords out there and tell them what options they have in terms of collecting rent and what kind of relief they could get from the government, if any at all. He's the guy to talk about. And again, these are issues about that certainly are affecting the community at large out there. And certainly I know a lot of our listeners are either paying rent or collecting it, or both. So very important stuff. And Fred is looking forward, as I've said, chomping at the bit to get out there and talk to the community tomorrow morning.
It's very important, Conrad. And by the way, this is for tenants, landlords. You need to understand more as to what's going on in these COVID times. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we must say prior results through that guarantee similar outcome. We're flipping over to Facebook now. Log on, David Squeezanic, QRD. Case handler page, 844-774-3529, 844-PPID law. All right. We are on the Facebook side of life. Everyone that's actually watching now, can you do us a major favor? We're asking this of you. Can you please share on your friends' timelines and groups and pages? We would love that. Every day we try to break a record. Yesterday we had well over 2,000 people tuning into the show. We want to break that record again today. So we are asking you, please share to as many people's page as you can. I do it. We're asking everyone to do it. Hopefully everyone at the firm is doing it. All right. But I'm asking all my friends and everybody to share the page. I feel, gentlemen, I feel so good about this show and the consistency of it happening every morning. All right. This show, in my opinion, is a winner for the people. I like that. A winner for the people in so many categories: immigration, personal injury, criminal defense, real estate, matrimonial. It is a winner for the people. So I'm very happy about it. So everyone share it for me, please. All right. Let's get into it, gentlemen. Anyone want to add anything? Nelson, before we jump into some questions?
No, I mean, again, I've been doing this for a while, and I can't, let me give you a good example, by the way. I went with a client to an adjustment interview at immigration. And in the middle of the interview, the officer got up and left the room. And my client said to me, "What's going on? Where is she going?" And I said, "She has no idea what she's doing, and she went out to go speak to someone." And my client said, "What? This is the person who's going to determine whether I get a green card, and she just got up and left the room because she doesn't know what she's doing?" I said, "That is correct." And that's an example. Again, you go by yourself, you see the person get up and leave the room, you have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, you get nervous.
Obviously, I'm there. I've been doing this for a while. I'm not going to say I have a personal relationship with a lot of these people, but I know them. I've seen them, and they've seen me, and they know who I am, and they know the firm I work for. So I know who's a new officer, and I know who's not a new officer. But this officer happened to be a new officer. She was asking questions that had nothing to do with the actual interview. And I knew she was struggling. But like I said, had my client gone by herself,
yeah, she would have been dismissive.
She right. Well, not just that, the client would be in a panic and not understand what's going on. Instead of, obviously having somebody say, "Look, it's a new officer. She clearly doesn't know what she's doing. She went out to go ask for help." And that's not a bad thing, because she clearly realizes she's over her head. She's in over her head. Now, there are some officers who are not going to step out and ask someone. right? Because you don't know, you're sitting there with your spouse and you believe whatever it is this person tells you. You know, and again, you don't know the process, you don't know what they can ask, you don't know any of this. So, you know, and I think it's important, again, I can't stress this enough, but I think, you know, I think people need to fall before they can run, and people need to have this happen to realize, oh, wow, you know, as Conrad said, you know, they're going to remember this show. They're going to remember hearing this. Unfortunately, if they go through a similar experience.
Got you. Once again, folks, 844 PPID log. That's the number. Let me be slow with it. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. It's time for me to get to some questions. Ralston, you want to add anything, seeing that you're going to be taking a lot of these calls and getting back to these people?
Listen, this is a firm for you. This firm, we're not just focused on Jamaicans. We have, nosotros hablamos español también. ¿Sí? Nelson puede hablar español excelente portugués. Por eso, si estás una persona del Caribe, de Dominica, podemos ayudarte también. ¿Sí? Ponga a nosotros, venga a nosotros, vamos a ayudarte. Queremos ayudarte. If you're not Jamaican,
Ralston, bueno, qué bueno. Habla bastante bien español.
Yeah.
Woo!
sí, yo trato. You see, if you're not Jamaicans, just rope in, man. Listen, personally, as a fellow Jamaican, as a fellow Jamaican patriot, I sincerely love my people. I love what we stand for. We are very proud. We are very progressive. And we come here to make this country a better country. We come here to make something of ourselves, right? And that is what we stand for at PPID. We're here to help you, to put you on your footing, to get you going, to let you feel not as though you are second class, but as though you belong, right? And that is what we at PPID, Immigration and Personal Injury, want to see from you. We want you to be the best you. So come here with us. Come, we are here to help you.
Gotcha. All right, so let's jump into the question. That's Ralston, ladies and gentlemen. He will be making a lot of callbacks to a lot of you and speaking with you prior to speaking with one of the immigration attorneys. All right, so make sure you note that name, Ralston. All right, we got to come up with a nickname for him. Adam, what do you think?
Yeah, we have to dig deeper. Nothing's hitting me right now, but I have a few very good possibilities. But let's see what the kids got. Come on, it's day one.
Gotcha. All right, so here's the first question I got for you guys quickly. I got a few of them, so let's see if we can just knock him off real quick. I'm a Jamaican born out of wedlock to a naturalized American dad. My dad passed away in New York in the year 2007. I have 4 other siblings, all born to the same dad, 5 of us in total. All children are over age 21. We became aware that he was an American in 2010, 3 years after the death. What options, if any, may I use to immigrate to the U.S.? So this person is obviously not in the
alley.
Huh?
That's up Nelson's alley. He deals with that regularly.
Yeah. So one of the things I would request, or one of the things I would want, you know, it's not, you can't just say your father's an American citizen. You have to prove your father's an American citizen. So one of the things I would recommend is that this person try to do what's called a Freedom of Information Act request. Get a copy of his father's file. You're going to want a copy of that certificate. Because again, you're going to need the actual certificate. If you are eligible, you have to include that as evidence in your application. It also depends on how old you were at the time your father naturalized. Did your father have custody? You know, there's a lot, you would need more information. I would recommend
where he was living also, I believe.
Right. I would, you know, where he was living. I would recommend he give us a call. He should speak to someone, because again, there's many more questions we're going to have to ask before we can answer that question. It's not, you know, Squeeze, and we spoke about this previously. It's what we do is we provide information. I can't give legal advice on a 5-second, 10-second question. a lot of these
not legal advice
questions,
when we're doing the show.
right?
You know,
A lot of these
please.
questions are fact driven, and I think this is a perfect example. You know, this may require research. There was different laws in effect as far as derivative citizenship, and that's what this would be called, derivative citizenship. You acquired citizenship through a parent. You know, is your father listed on your birth certificate? You know, there's a lot of questions I would need to ask. So again, this would be an example. Give us a call and hopefully we can help you out.
Got you. Here's a quick one for you also. This one is on the Facebook page here. King Dane, gotta say much respect. What's the process to bring nephews from Jamaica to the US by a green card holder?
There is no process by which a green card holder can bring his nephew.
Yeah,
Let's put the immigration, the temporary 60-day ban aside, which that ban says if you're a permanent resident, you can't bring any of your relatives as immigrants to the United States until the ban is over. But even when that ban disappears, hopefully sooner than later, there is no method by which somebody can apply for their nephew. Permanent residents can apply for a spouse, for a minor child, for an adult child, and in fact, minor or adult child that is unmarried. And that's it. Citizens, the categories are a little broader. They can apply for siblings, but that's as distant a familiar relationship as exists. There is no way to apply for a nephew. What I would suggest, if the person wants to get his or her nephew here, you want to apply for a tourist visa, possibly for a student visa to go to study here. That would be their only alternatives.
Conrad, can I follow?
One other option. If that nephew can be adopted by the uncle or aunt or whoever it is before the 16th birthday, they can apply for them as their own child. In other words, the law permits permanent residents or citizens to adopt a child, even if they're related distantly or otherwise, as long as the adoption takes place before the 16th birthday, plus they can demonstrate residence and custody of that child for 2 years prior to that 16th birthday, they can apply and get the green card. That's it.
Also, in reference to the adoption, before you guys do the adoption, make sure you, as a matter of fact, make sure you have an attorney do that. All right. Just don't run out and go do an adoption. You want to speak with a Nelson about that. There's a reason why I'm saying that. All right. Make sure you go to Nelson, okay, or Conrad before you do the adoption so you know exactly how to do the adoption. All right. Very, very important. Go ahead, Nelson.
No, I was actually, Conrad read my mind, and I guess, again, working together for so long, I was about to say, what if someone were to adopt a child under the age, but he hit it.
Right, absolutely. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, find out more about that. I want everyone to dial the number 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Make sure you dial that number right now. It's right there on your screen. All right. Here's what someone wants to know about the L1 visa and how they can go about getting one.
I'll take that one. L1 visa is a transferee visa. It's a temporary work visa, typically valid for 3 years at a time. It's fairly limited in scope. In order to apply for an L1, you have to have been working for a company overseas, and that company now wants to transfer you to a U.S. branch as a transferee. There are various requirements involved, but again, the principal requirement is that there has to be a company, an international company that has a branch overseas, that has an office in the United States, and they want to transfer you, having worked for that company overseas for one of the previous 3 years prior to coming to the United States, to come and work in the United States at their U.S. office. Typically, that person would be a manager or an executive or have some kind of special skills that they can apply at the company. Those are the general requirements. There's a lot more to it. But again, pretty limited in terms of scope, depending on what your employment background is.
All right. Here's another one. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, got to give the number after every question. The number for the law firm is 844-774-3529. If you do call now, you will get a free consultation. Okay, 844-774-3529. Feel free to ask for any of the attorneys, Nelson Madrid, Conrad Pollack. All right, you can ask for even Adam Handler for personal injury. Ralston, of course, who's on point in making sure that your calls all get handled and more. All right. Final question here for now, guys. I have a question about a R1 visa. I am in the process of possibly getting a job as a youth leader. I know the requirements are that you have to be 2 years or more a member of the same denomination. I am from South Africa, so my church was an Afrikaans church, Dutch Reformed, he says in parentheses, but their doctrines are similar to the Methodist Church. Would that be an issue if I want to apply for the R1 visa, which evidently I presume is a religious visa, right?
All right, let's talk about the R1 visa, which is a religious visa. It's a temporary visa for church workers, basically. The hypothetical, or maybe it's not a hypothetical, the situation that this gentleman or woman mentions it doesn't sound like a promising one. The principal requirement to get an R visa is you have to have 2 years membership in a particular denomination. Now, if the person worked or volunteered in a church in their country in a particular denomination, and then is coming to the United States and wants to work for a church in whatever capacity, the denominations have to be the same. Similar beliefs doesn't cut it. R1 visas are not easy to obtain, especially in a change of status situation, which is what this person's talking about. I'm assuming he came as a student or as a tourist and now wants to change to an R visa. Not an easy situation. If the denomination is different, it's not going to happen. There are various other requirements as well.
Right. I was just about to say that, I know a lot of people have questions and you're asking a lot of questions. I mean, you're actually trying to resolve your situation yourself. No, there are many other potential options. That's the reason why you need to speak with one of the attorneys. So make sure you dial the number 844 PPID law. That's 844 PPID law. Right before we flip it over to Adam, who will talk a little bit more on personal injury and take us home. This person, last one, can you please tell me how long does it take to renew a U.S. green card and what's the fee to do it? Thank you in advance.
Go ahead, Nelson.
So that's actually a really interesting question. Just so you know, it typically takes about a year to renew a green card. Now, anytime you deal with immigration, it's a roll of the dice, right? I spoke with a client yesterday who told me, well, my mother got her green card. She went to renew it and she got it in 2 months. Mm-hmm. Again, that is, I'm sorry, 1 second. My office phone is ringing. That typically, again, anytime you deal with immigration, it's a roll of the dice. But it typically takes about a year to renew your green card. However, there are cases that get their green card before the year. Again, there's no black and white rule. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just the way immigration operates. So it's very difficult to give someone an exact time frame, but you're typically looking at about a year. As far as filing fees go, you could go to uscis.gov and type in I-90 filing fee, and they will give you that amount. I don't know that amount off the top of my head.
Gotcha. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, and I need for you to expand on this, Conrad or Nelson. Why even renew your green card? Why don't you just get your citizenship if you qualify?
Well, the question is if they qualify. In order to apply for citizenship, typically you have to work for 5 years or be married to a U.S. citizen, then it's 3 years. They might not make it.
Right.
Also, you might have some criminal issue. And you know that obviously by filing for citizenship, you would put yourself on the radar. So it's easier to renew the green card. The green card is done automatically. When you apply for citizenship, there is someone who actually goes through your entire file. That's not computer generated. Someone actually goes through your entire immigration file, dots their I's, crosses their T's, and makes sure that you in fact deserve to get that green card, and that you didn't commit fraud along the way, or there was some sort of issue which they were unaware of at the time, which they are now aware of.
Also, for citizenship, besides the 3 years or 5 year length of time you have to have a green card, also the person has to be physically present in the United States for at least half of the last 5 years, plus various other requirements. So just because you have a green card doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be able to get your citizenship, even if you have your green card for 5 years or longer. Plus, adding to what Nelson just said, citizenship, there's always going to be an in-person interview. That's true. And immigration, more so than ever, will go through your history, go through your file to make sure everything was done properly. You could have gotten your green card 30 years ago, but if something was done improperly, and Nelson will tell you how many times we have seen this in the last couple of years, especially, how, well, I got my green card 30 years ago, and I go and apply for citizenship, and all of a sudden they're saying, well, 15 years ago, they found out that I was arrested for shoplifting, or 20 years ago, they found out that that I had a child that I didn't mention on my original application, and that child happened to be from a woman who wasn't my wife. These types of things crop up all the time, and it's always in a scenario where the person went and did the application by themselves, or used somebody who claimed to be a lawyer, or a notary public, or somebody who just lives in a neighborhood and says, I know what I'm doing. We see it all the time. And I cannot tell you, I shouldn't even be advertising on the radio like this, because half of the cases we get, Nelson's laughing, half of the cases we get are people like this that did it themselves, that used the wrong attorney, used the wrong person to fill out their forms, and ended up getting in trouble, getting denied, getting placed into deportation proceedings. That's half of the cases that we see. Yeah. So maybe I shouldn't be saying.
Listen, Squeeze, very quickly, the filing fee on an I-90 is $540.
That's right.
540. All right.
Okay. And just to follow up to what Conrad said, in fact, we have a case right now, a marriage-based case, that they paid all of these filing fees, and we have to refile because the attorney who did the case was not an immigration attorney, quote unquote. She was doing a favor for her client who was a music instructor.
So it's not an attorney. You said the attorney.
No, it's an attorney. It's an attorney.
Keys was an attorney.
Oh, right. Was an attorney.
Well,
yeah,
not
barred.
but not even an immigration attorney.
Wow.
Okay. And what again? So my client paid filing fees, which they're about to pay again because the check she issued with one of the forms bounced. It's just a disaster, and basically, and I explained to him, you are going to have a lot of explaining to do, so.
And those filing fees are not minimal. Those filing fees total $1,760.
Right.
I mean, it's not not just talking small change here. $1,760 after we pay.
Man. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, cruising with the case handler, Adam Handler. Let's talk quickly on personal injury. And of course, then we'll wrap it up, give you guys some time to get to some of these consultations.
I didn't hear what you said, but I think you want me to send us all home, which, we're already home, so it's hard to do that. But listen, I can talk myself blue in the face as far as what we do here at the firm, particularly in personal injury, because that's the department that I have control of, and that's the department I have the most experience with. But as a whole, it feels great having all these wonderful people on this morning. Everybody here is a team player. Everybody here is intelligent. Everybody here is here to help and driven by the desire to really make a difference. We all like what we do. We all love what we do. But when you can get paid to help people, I think it's a win-win all around. And I hope that this has been coming clear to all those listening out there for the past several weeks, if not years with me, but several weeks with the firm. And it makes me proud. I can listen all day to my partners talk. It's not about one person. It's not about one department. I know that if anybody out there likes what they hear with respect to how we conduct ourselves on the immigration end, I know they're going to come to me if, God forbid, they or their family are involved in an accident, and vice versa. My clients that trust me with their injury case, I don't think would ever go to another lawyer for anything. I get calls about helping people with parking tickets just because they know how we conduct ourselves and they know the dedication we have to a successful result. So I don't got much more than that. I just loved hearing everything, and we're going to continue to do this. We're going to bring Ralston on again tomorrow. Like I said, Fred DeSico, the closer, he'll be on talking about rent issues, both the landlord and tenant side. He'll also eventually be talking about about some of the other things we do at the firm, trusts and things like that. So that's it, man. We're here for you. We're here to help. We're here to make a difference. But again, unless you have that number saved, we will never be your attorney. Unless you Google us, we will never be your attorney. Unless you call us and ask us to be your lawyers, we will never be your attorney. We don't hang out by the courts. We don't hang out by the emergency rooms trying to solicit business. It's unethical. It's illegal. It's not how we roll. So 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPID law. The numbers you need to be connected to great attorneys who really care.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Handler, cruising with the case handler. And of course, hopefully we'll be cruising soon. Maybe not for at least a month or so, but, actually that's him in his car, doing his thing. So we'll talk more of that later on. But right now, we've got to remind you, this has been an attorney advertisement brought to you by the law firm Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. And ladies and gentlemen, do remember, priors are suit that guarantee similar outcome. But I say go with PPID. Go with the case handler. Call them now, respectively, personal injury and immigration, and also the capacity of criminal defense, also matrimonial, family law, and real estate. So make the call. The number once again is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. My name is David Squeezaniki, and I do endorse, of course, this law firm and this program. Ralston, thanks a lot for coming on board. You are the Yadi, you are my Caribbean Jamaican friend who is going to be speaking a lot with a lot of the clients that come by way of us doing this here on 93.5 FM and also here on Facebook. The Caribbean community, we are appealing to you to actually reach out. Do not do your case by yourself. I'm actually saying it. Okay, yes, you can do it, but don't screw it up, please, because it could cost you a whole lot more than just money. All right. So make that call. The number is 844-774-3529. With that said, we all say stay safe, and we wish you all the best for the rest of the day. Thank you so much.